As I prepare this video, the body of our 41st President, George H.W. Bush, is in transit to Washington, D.C. There it will lie in state, as is tradition, in the Capitol Rotunda, and the nation will show its respect. It is a fine tradition, and we should show respect to those who have held high office. It is due, right, and fitting. May I also say, let us keep it reasonable as we assess the true character and legacy of the man we honor. We are only a few days into this, and my head is about to explode. I can believe the reverent accolades coming from everyone in the media and all of George H.W. Bush's former adversaries and colleagues. They are professionally disingenuous about everything. I expect that. What I find disturbing is this. In this supposedly woke world, a new era where so many are awake to the perils of internationalism, the elite and the New World Order, people are lining up to bow down and lay roses on the casket of the man who literally coined, in popular parlance, the phrase New World Order. I will allow him to speak in a moment, and remember, he said this in varying forms 91 times during his presidency. We hear from President Bush.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
He who has ears to hear, let him hear. I quote from that brief speech, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders. George H.W. Bush thought that this, the United Nations, should be the world power so that the promise and vision of the UN's founders might be fulfilled. A brief history lesson seems appropriate. Now note well, not a word of the information I am going to share with you ever saw the light of day during 41's political career. It was either sanitized or buried, and remember, there was no YouTube, there was no internet. Only those who were brave enough and wise enough to join the ranks of the John Birch Society were truly in the know. Oh, that I could claim such a legacy. Now to our history lesson. This is George H.W. Bush's father, Prescott Bush. He is most well known for his family's political legacy. His son, a president, grandsons, governors, and president. What he should be best known for is this. He was the main Wall Street connection for the United States banker cabal funding Adolf Hitler and the Third Reich. Someone had to do it, and it was a good way to make some serious money in a short period of time. And yes, you heard me correctly. The banks of the United States, all the big names that you know, funded the Third Reich and Adolf Hitler's rise to power. We could say more, but what else do you need to know about Dad? Like his father, Prescott, and his son, George W., George H.W. Bush was a member of Yale's Skull and Bones Society. There he is. Dad must have been so proud. Nothing to make Dad beam with pride like his son following in his footsteps in a satanic secret society that labors so hard to better the world. This secret society takes secrecy to the next level. So also their mockery of the true God. That 322 under that skull and bones. Well, how about this? Genesis chapter 3, verse 22. And the Lord God said, The man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever. Oh, the arrogance and hubris of Satan, who wanted to be God, encouraged and worn like a badge of honor by those who, following in Satan's footsteps, intend to pull off an end run whereby they do live forever. And do not be fooled by all the Jesus talk and Bible references. One constant that can be relied on with the Luciferian global elite, interspersed with all the subterfuge, lies, and deception, they will always show you exactly who they are. They cannot help it. It is no doubt part of their code. Now, let there be no pushback about speaking ill of the dead. I am speaking the truth about who he was and what he did and the agenda he advanced while living. It is up to God to judge the dead. I readily admit that I was fooled. I was fooled by the Father, and I was thoroughly duped by the Son. I do not intend to get fooled again. That brings us to today. It brings us to today and a man that many listeners have high hopes for. I have to admit I did as well. But having been fooled twice in recent memory, I thought it prudent to be more careful. So I did some checking. I'm glad I did. At the same time, I wish I did not find everything that I have found. In case you are not familiar, that oft-used symbol of emphasis there by Trump is the universal Illuminati symbol for 666. It is not okay. It is 3 sixes strung together. Some of it just makes me sad. But I guess I have come to a place in life that I would rather know than not know. I've had enough of this posture. It is too prevalent in this world, and I no longer wanted to add to the problem. We might, after all, if current trends continue, run out of sand. So I pulled my head out, cleared my eyes and ears, and I started to dig. It was not long before I came across this. This is a quote. It's a print from Trump's book, The Way to the Top. The quote highlighted is found on page 188. I will zoom in so that you can see it. One day, when my Kaballah teacher, Etan Yardeni, asked how I was doing, I told him I needed a break. Oh my goodness. President Trump is talking about his Kaballah teacher. The President of the United States of America has a Kaballah teacher. Now, I know many of you do not know about Kaballah. You should. Keep listening to this channel, and you will. We are, after all, just getting started. Kaballah is the ancient Jewish mysticism, translate black magic, that all the other Luciferian satanic religions gladly roll up into. Even evolutionary scientists are agog over it. More on that in a later video. And please do subscribe and follow us. We are just getting started. It is Kabbalah's centrality to Satan's plans and schemes that earned it a spot on our Decoding the Deception Rubik's Cube of Shame. You see it there, circled. It is quite the dishonor, if I say so myself. To put it mildly, those in the know about the occult would find it no less shocking and disturbing if Trump were to say, "I was talking with the witch who runs my coven." Kabbalah's symbol is the red string bracelet, and since Kaballah is the mysticism of the stars, that bracelet is all the rage with the Hollywood elites who just love to show their allegiance. These two were members of a satanic secret society who labored mightily to move us into a new world order. This one flashes the same signs, and has a Kaballah teacher. It gives pause as I contemplate what he means when he says, "Make America great again." I invite you to join me here at Decoding the Deception as we work to make sure none of us get fooled again. Please like and subscribe and share down below. We will close with this divine counsel from the King of Kings, Psalm 146, verse 3. Do not put your trust in princes, in mortal men who cannot save. God bless and have a great day. That concludes our broadcast for today. Please leave your comments below. We love to hear from you. Your feedback is very important to us. There is a link on the screen with our website address. We invite you to check it out. Links to support our work are in the description below. Your support is what keeps us going. This is Matthias 76. Together, we are Decoding the Deception.